ಬಂದಿದೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ, ಹಿರಿಯರೇ ಇತರ ರಾಜ ರಾಣಿ, ಹತ್ತೋಣ ನಾವು ಅವರ ನೆನಪಿನ ದೋಣಿ, ಕೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ, ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ, ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ. ಇದು ಹಿರಿಯರ ಕತೆ ಹಿರಿಯರ ಜೊತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರಿ, ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿರಿ.
Hello listeners, this is your KL Rao and I welcome you all to Anubhav, a joint project of National Institute of Social Defense, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India, and Media for Community Foundation implemented by Nightingale Medical Trust. Project conceived by Dr. R. Sridhar, Project Investigator Alok Verma, Coordinators Pooja Murada, Sai Sudha, Kaushalya. Government of India has initiated Elder Line toll-free number 14567. Elders or anyone on behalf of elders can call between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. for any questions, queries and support to elderly. How to receive complaints from public and how to resolve them. This is a big issue nowadays faced by the public in India. You might have seen retired bank employees going to streets on a summer day when the temperature or mercury shows 44 degrees. The people who have been demonstrating or campaigning with placards are aged 70 plus. Just imagine, in a severe summer heat, going to roads and streets and trying to make a campaign regarding their issues not being resolved for decades. How painful it is. They are senior citizens. They served the society for decades. Now they face several issues unresolved, kept pending, on account of which they receive less amount of pension, less amount of gratuity, and suffer during inflation and COVID pandemic. So, please try to understand the importance of complaints and grievances of public. That grievances or complaints of public should be received by a letter where details may be furnished, and they should be recorded somewhere. On which date complaint has been received, who has made a complaint, what is the complaint like, and the person, the official who receives the complaint has to record somewhere all the details and try to probe into, try to understand fully, and try to deal with that particular department or office or ministry, whatever is appropriate, and try to see the complaint is resolved, the grievance is redressed. This is one of the important functions of the government. And this has started a chapter on ombudsman. It is a Swedish word. It started in Sweden, and across the globe, different countries have implemented this ombudsman scheme. In India too. But we have not properly understood the importance of ombudsman, and we have not implemented properly. And we have a local word, Lokpal. This is a Sanskrit word, Lokpal. It is almost equal to ombudsman. Word is not important. The designation is not important. But we should know what the person is supposed to do. He should have adequate common sense, knowledge of law, knowledge of rules and regulations, and have empathy. Then only the person, that official who has been appointed, look into the complaints of the people living in that particular territory, can do justice So this is my propaganda, my campaign to resolve the issues of the people living in a particular territory. So we have constituencies, parliament constituencies. So we have 500 and odd. We should have 500 odd officers, senior officials who receive complaints from public and they try to record it somewhere, they try to understand it properly, they try to deal with the department or office or ministry properly and try to resolve the issue faced by the petitioner, complainant. That is very, very, very important. This is what we have seen. Mr. Bob Day, Honorable former Chief Justice, how he felt, how he expressed. And even now, present Honorable Chief Justice of India, Mr. Ramana, addressed the Chief Ministers of all the states, along with the Chief Justice of all the High Courts, in presence of Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister of India. So, this is very simple. Receive the complaint from a person, note down properly, record it properly, try to resolve it, and get justice to a particular person who made the complaint. What are the complaints? Hospital service, bank service, insurance service, health insurance service, revenue officer service, or railway service, transport service, electricity service. We have complaints as many as services we have in the country. I would like to mention a few examples of deficiency of service, how a grievance, a particular person who served for decades and retired from a service, let's say bank service, is facing. Just I give examples. Whenever wages are revised for the serving employees, pension also should be revised or improved or increased proportionately. This is what the definition of pension makes it. It's a feature of revision periodically. But it is not being done for bank pensioners for several decades. So the old pension is being paid, whereas a person who is drawing 40 to 45,000, he is supposed to get it 75,000. If short payment of 30,000, 40,000 is there, how that particular pensioner or retired employee from a bank can survive during this high inflation, and that too with pandemic? If this particular thing is not properly thought of by the Prime Minister, by the Finance Minister, or by the government, or by the banks, that is how these bank retired employees have gone to the roads. That too in scorching heat, 44 degrees temperature, and they are 70 plus. 1,50,000 pensioners already expired without getting justice from the government, from the banks. Just imagine the suffering of these retired bank employees. Similarly, people living in different parts of the country are suffering on account of complaints. The complaints are on account of what the rule says, how the rule is implemented. The difference between these two is the grievance, public grievance. We have courts, district courts, high courts, Supreme Court. We have got Lok Adalats. We have Lokpals. But still, justice has become a rare commodity in the country. My dear friends, please wake up. The people who retired from services have some spare time. They can rebuild India. They can bring the change in the society. People who are working, they are busy with their routine. The people who don't have job or work, they are in search of job and work. Only retired people who are doing well, who are in good health, they can spare time to understand the complications of the public people, citizens living in the country, how those issues can be resolved. That's how I make myself busy in trying to get the problems and how to resolve them. And I have the team of all of you, my listeners, my audience, who are listening to me carefully. They are my resource. So this is one of the series of my talks, Listen to Lakshman. This is my first talk. Then I'll be going on talking on several things, on several matters. Mrs. Swati is encouraging me, and I'm here before you. I'll be talking on different aspects. Please think over it.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing. We loved your talk. Thank you once again. Listeners, I hope you too enjoyed the program. Stay tuned to Hiriyaravani for more such interesting programs. Government of India has initiated Elder Line toll-free number 14567. Elders or anyone on behalf of elders can call between morning 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for any question, queries and support to elderly. Bye for now. Take care.